Yo, how's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the guide that you need for sniping in Madden 26. Now, full disclaimer, I'm a little sick right now, but we're going to be giving you guys the flipping guide here to making millions of coins in Madden 26. This is what I do to make millions of coins. So, yeah. So, basically, I'm going to go to the auction house. And we're going to teach you guys a few new sell terms in the video. We have lazy selling, fluctuation trading, and just sniping. Sniping, I could probably give you guys an example of every single one, but we'll start with lazy selling. I think lazy selling is the easiest one to understand out of the three. Actually, no, sniping's actually the easiest one. Sniping is just basically buying a card for cheap and selling it for quick coins, quick profit. So, for example, let's say we went to 86s, and let's say we seen a card like, I don't know, let's just look here. Let's say this Tyler Show, right? You can see he's selling, like, you can see 9.9K for him. Let's say we seen him for 8K or like 7K, and you wanted to sell him for 9K. That's a snipe because it's quick, easy coins. He'll probably sell quick. Yeah, so that's a snipe. Now, lazy selling is basically looking at the unfiltered price. This is the unfiltered price. This is what the unfiltered price is for 86s and 87s, which is down here a little ways. But with 86s, you can see they're 9,700 coins right now. That is their unfiltered price. So, depending on how much profit you want to make, and especially if you're starting out, I would definitely recommend doing like 86, 87s. Your margins aren't going to be that big when it comes to profit, but you're going to, like, you have to take your coins when you can get them, especially when you have a lower stack. So, I would be buying 86s. You know, if you're buying for 9, or if you're selling for 9.7, you'd want to buy for probably like 6.5, probably. And then you scroll down a little bit and you find the 87s, 15K. So you'd want to be buying the 87s at like 11, 11.5 or less. So, and you can do this for any overall. Personally, my favorite right now is 9091s. You see 90s are going for 86K unfiltered. And this is the so-called term lazy sell price. 91's going for about 105. I'd probably say 100. And then you can see Merry Mix-Ups are 110. Zero Chills, I think, are around this price as well. Maybe they're a little bit more, but I think they're like 110. And Ghosts, you can see, are 117. So, our buy prices on these cards is probably 90K and under for Merry Mix-Up slash Zero Chill. And then for Ghosts, probably in the like 95K. Because the overalls you keep going up, like you go up to 92, 93s. Like you want to make more profit. You want to make more profit on a card the higher overall you go up, if that makes sense. So you can see if you're making, like 10K on a 90, you'd want to make like 15K on a 92. You don't want to make like 5K on a 92. I mean, you can do that. It's just probably not that effective and that efficient. So that is lazy selling. Now, fluctuation trading, my God, I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but it is basically buying a card for a low price. So you got to know the market to do fluctuation trading. Buying a card for a low price and selling it for its high price. Um, yeah, I mean, for example, let's say we looked at this Andrew Luck, for example. Okay, so let's say he had like a few sales at like 420, and you found this one for 350. Let's say he had a few in the last hour for 420. Like, let's say he had one at like 370, 380, and then like 406, 420 or something. And you see him sell at 420 like twice or so. That's technically a fluctuation trade. You're selling a card for higher than what the median of the card actually is, if that makes sense. Because the median of this Andrew Luck is probably somewhere around this range, 380, 390. But if you can sell him for like this 420 mark, which is like a max price you'd be selling him for, that is what fluctuation trading is buying a card low and selling it for its highest value that it can basically go for. Now I'm not saying don't now I'm not saying buy a 90 for, 100K and relist for like 180 because more than likely that's not going to work. Not saying that because sometimes there are one-off sales, so that's why you have to know the market. You have to know the market when you fluctuation trade, what's on the market, what's available, and that's why you got to use MUTGG when you do this stuff. Because when you use MUTGG, you can check the in sales and see like what the cards are selling for. So this George Pickens I actually think is a snipe for 226. So I'll scoop him up. 226 actually I think is a really nice deal for him. So this might actually be a good example of a fluctuation trade. Okay, we had stocking stuffer sell. Don't mind that. Okay, ignore the 1.33 million sale. That's somebody buying coins or something. But you can see 226, 250, but you can see he sold at 305K. He sold at 305K. So if you can sell him at 300K, we make a lot of profit. That's about 50K profit close to it in one snipe because they take off 10% tax, right? But yeah, and you can even look at the card here. 300K. Great snipe. So, anyways, boys, that is basically the tutorial on sniping. If you guys want me to actually do a live sniping session or like you want to see me post like a snipe, yeah, post like a 1 hour sniping session, you know, don't be afraid to comment and don't be afraid to come over to my Twitch either. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm out.